Welcome to episode 50 of My Views Extended. I'm your host, Nadia, and thank you so much for tuning in this week. You can listen to this podcast on my blog at nadiadanella.com or on YouTube, where closed captioning is available. My YouTube channel name is Nadia Danella, Nadiadonella. I also have a new-ish cooking channel called Nadia's Kitchen Creations on YouTube as well. And I'm currently building up my library. Currently have 2 videos per week going up, so check that out if you are looking for some holiday recipe ideas, or if you just like to watch videos, because some people just like to watch videos with no purpose of using them for anything other than entertainment. Yeah, so your views and your shares and your likes are very much appreciated. It is no cost to you, it is free. Sign up takes a couple of minutes to subscribe to my channels and my blog. Of course, no sign up is necessary, just maybe bookmark it so you can come back and see what's happening there on a weekly basis. So, and if you have any questions, you contact me at myviewsextended@gmail.com and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And as always, I will leave links to all social media sites in the show notes and description boxes. I was seeing that the Canadians and the international world, a lot of them, are not happy with Justin Trudeau, Canada's Prime Minister, with his statements about, with the passing of Fidel Castro. Are they not happy with his statements that he was a great friend of his father, Pierre? And yeah, people are not happy. The world is not happy. So he has come and made a statement today, Monday, hearing this tomorrow, Tuesday, that Justin Trudeau will not be attending the funeral of Fidel Castro. I'm not here to argue about the good and the bad of Castro and what he's done over his 90 years of living and 50 years of dictatorship leadership. But the fact that Trudeau is Canada's prime minister and he let the public pressure change his course of action, that's kind of what, I don't know, I don't really know how to feel about that. Should when he made his statement that he was a great friend of his father, should he have also listed, all the atrocities that Castro did? Should he have also listed the good things that he did over the decades? Who knows? Maybe he just wanted to, or felt that he needed to make a brief statement and move on with his daily duties as prime minister. If he had said nothing, people in Canada and around the world would have been upset. If he had said nothing and then went on to the funeral, people would still complain. People already love Justin Trudeau, or they hate him. That's what I found through just hearing people talk about him and things written about him. Either love him or hate him. There's really no in between. And while now not going to the funeral, they're not going to make his ratings rise or fall. It's just solidifying what people thought already in their minds, I believe. So I mean, for me, I think that if he felt that he should have gone, then he should have gone and stuck with it. Should he have thought about the possible backlash before he released his initial statement and statements after that? Really, who knows? But I guess that is a lesson learned for him and maybe other world leaders, prime ministers and presidents around the world will look at that and say, okay, well, we're going to make sure that we're not going to make that same mistake or go about it in that same way, whether it's a mistake or not. I don't know. Nick Cannon, actor, rapper, host. He's been around for a long time now. Nick Cannon says that Planned Parenthood is about eugenics, is about genocide and population control. Paraphrasing, obviously. He said a lot more than that. Nick Cannon is a fool. And yes, he can speak his truth, but he's still a fool. Was Planned Parenthood about population control, genocide, eugenics? There's a lot of evidence that says yes, they were initially, but that's no longer the story today. And that's a bigger, larger issue that I'm just not going to get into today. Planned Parenthood and its history and the present and future of Planned Parenthood. My question is, do men use that population control nonsense, that they're trying to eliminate us, and I'm saying us like a black people because Nick Cannon is black. They're trying to eliminate us as a people as a way to convince a woman that he should not use a condom when they engage in sexual activity. Does anybody else see the game that was being played? Like, I didn't have to think about it or listen and think about that, what he said, for more than a few seconds to figure that one out. He says that Planned Parenthood, and I'm trying not to laugh because, oh, anyway, he says that Planned Parenthood is trying to eliminate us Black people by giving abortions, which is approximately only 3% of the services that they offer. But we have to remember, and I want men and women to remember this, Nick Cannon has the money to support any children that come from preventing a genocide or population control of Black people. He is going to be having his third child with another mother who he is not with, and apparently he was never with, according to the interview that he had with a Breakfast Club. It was just a thing. Married or not, that doesn't matter to me, but another child in a single parent household because of population control, and then him using the Bible, paraphrasing the "go forth and multiply" quote. Please don't encourage what I personally call nonsense with unprotected sex. Don't encourage not being in a committed relationship, dropping kids all over the neighborhood and all around the world, not being able to financially take care of all of these children that are being brought into the world to combat this so-called population control. Ladies, please don't let the poetry speeches about empowerment put you into a situation that you cannot get out of. Are you prepared to be a single parent? Are you prepared to not have this man stick around, not be able to financially support his child or children? Life happens. I get it. Jobs are lost, relationships end, birth control fails, and the list can go on. But please go in with your eyes wide open. Don't fall for this crap, because you know that there are guys out there that are going to be quoting Nick Cannon's foolishness just to not use a condom, saying that we are populating, and this is just me saying that we are populating the earth with future kings and queens, when the population is more than fine. Black people are good. We're not dying out. Please take what this man says with a box of salt. Not a grain of salt, a box. Saying of the week: I had to recondition my relationship with money. YouTube was allowing me to stay in a victimized place of you have to sell out to make money. But I realized that if you decide to see the world that way, then the world will be that way. That saying is from one of my favorite YouTubers and podcasters, Hey Fran Hey, or Francesca, and I've been watching her for quite a few years now, and I believe that she comes from a genuine place of realness, of wellness, and more importantly, integrity, which is, I think, is important that it comes across, because, we're not working with people who we're seeing face to face, so we can have a proper real time connection, shake their hand or hug them or just speak to them in person. So yeah, the integrity is really important. I think that this is important when it comes to working with brands, with companies, and what she shares with her internet audience. I like this saying because I'm working out a lot of things in life, personal and work related, a lot of things. And I always say this, as long as we have another day of life, we always have the opportunity to be better and do better. So working those things out. And although myself and Francesca, we are worlds apart in the digital sphere when it comes to numbers, subscribers, our audience, but our philosophies about the world mesh in a lot of ways. But I realized that if you decide to see the world that way, then the world will be that way. And you should really go check out her video to hear her whole video. It's not that long. It's under 15 minutes. I think it was I can't remember if it was 11 or 9, but anyway, under 15 minutes for sure. It's not going to eat up your day. And I like what she says in this video. The title of the vlog is 3 life lessons I've learned from my struggles with YouTube. And she wanted to do something a little different that wasn't just complaining about everything that could go wrong, but actually helpful solutions that she's learned, and hopefully to help other people. So yeah, it's her video. That's a great video to watch, if you're a YouTuber, but I definitely think that it's great if you're in the business world in general and are looking to create in any sphere, not just the digital world, the digital sphere only. The world is changing, and how we do business or how we allow ourselves to do business is changing as well. If you are successful working with brands in the traditional way, which often means working with them in a structured theme, then great, you're awesome. But often, even the brands that, and she went over this in the video, often the brands that reach out to us, we have to be prepared to turn it around and say, hey, this doesn't work for me, but I still want to work with you. How about we try it this way? Will it always work? No, but like Francesca said, and I'm paraphrasing, why let fear stop you from being successful for, stop you from reaching your financial goals? We all have bills to pay, we have retirement to save for. We are in a new workspace. More and more entrepreneurs are being born every day, are realizing that, working for somebody else, working a regular 9 to 5, that's not for us for whatever reasons. There's a multiple, whether it's health reasons, just not being able to find a job and what you went to school for. There are many reasons why people choose to be entrepreneurs, and because many of us are doing it online, and we are kind of at the beginning of it, not really, but kind of at the beginning of it, we have a chance to change how traditional businesses work with us. Let's shape how we work with brands and companies to work with us in ways that help us and benefit us instead of only the other way around. But yeah, I just like that saying this week. So what I'm grateful for this past week. I'm grateful that I'm becoming more comfortable online being honest without being mean. Usually if I have something unkind to say, like not even have something unkind to say, but if an unkind thought comes across, I just won't say it or write a comment about it at all. Who needs more hate out there? We have more than enough. But I feel that if something needs to be addressed, I will do it. And I try to do it without hate. Listen, I understand that, if we put ourselves out there in the digital world, at some point, someone is bound to respond. Unfortunately, not positively, but if I do respond, I try to do so in a way that matters. Not to just say something to be explosive or just to be heard, to have what's the word I'm looking for, to be controversial. There's more than enough of that, but if I read or watch something and I keep coming back to it in my thoughts, I'll go back or stay until I can figure out something to say, hopefully something constructive. Sometimes it's going to be something serious, mostly but I do try and make sure that it's mostly complimentary or funny, well, to me anyways, because I think I'm hilarious, even though I know most people, I guess that would be the equivalent of dad jokes. But anyway, so I guess taking that back, what I'm grateful for is that I'm learning that it's okay to be me online, even if other people don't like it. And especially when it comes to this podcast, when it comes to how I portray myself in my cooking videos, how I portray myself on my blog, in comment sections, on other people's platforms, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'm learning to be okay being me and not worrying about what other people think, because people will always not like me. And there are some people who are going to like me, and then there are other people who are going to be ambivalent about me and what I'm saying. What I'm doing in the digital world with my blog and my podcasts and my videos, if this is what I'm going to be doing for this season of my life, I want to be as authentic as I can comfortably be. That is what I am grateful for this past week. Thank you for tuning into episode 50 of My Views Extended. I would love to hear feedback and comments of what you think of this podcast and the topics that I've discussed this week. I appreciate online interaction, so please drop your questions or opinions respectfully in the comment section. None of us will ever agree on the same things, so if you don't agree with or like what I say, kindly move on to somebody else's podcast. You can listen to My Views Extended at nadiajanella.com and on YouTube, or you can subscribe, like, rate, and or leave a comment. Closed captioning is also available on the YouTube channel. I will leave links in the show notes, and as more listening platforms are added or changed, I will let you know. Until next time, this is Nadia. Still amaze me.
the movie. For those who